This is the part 2 of Baldi's Basics Expanded Comic Studio. In the last video, for some kind of previously, we turn on some spoilers and review all the characters, and probably like the fan characters and some kind of mods, and for some kind of all items as anyways for a little bit for one thing as well. And that must be all some sort of like those things and some kind of pins and anything as well, quotes and lots of things, vehicles or anything like assets, furnitures or some kind of like anything as well. School doesn't have any furnitures as well, but they have any kinds of supplies, chairs and electronics and some storage stuff and lockers like anything that goes. Wouldn't like anything for those, which should be able to be continued for like anything as well. So let's just give ourselves a go for around here, since 20 minutes of this video could be for the previous one, but for this video it will be another 20 minutes of this video anyways. So let's keep on going for around for those fan characters, like anything to do this as well for some kind of like for the hidden tornadoes, a recorder, and some kind of like anything as well for the picker, and some kind of things as well between the beepster, the clacker, clocker, punty, two-headed baldi, and tornado. And there must be for multiple of those things as well, and some kind of assets like to do this as well for some kind of anything as well. And for some mods will be like anywhere for about of this situation. So there are multiple of those mods or anything around as well. The same sprites or assets like this, and which includes keys, scissors, and anything for like anything as well. There must be multiple lockers and some kind of name tags or some name boards around over here. And there's a little bit more and pretty more as well for some kind of like this. And like the mods, like we ever try to find out, there must be boarded door who is absolutely prevented from entering or exiting or some kind of like this. There must be grass and for some kind of the fencing. And there must be the donate box or some kind of soap or not. Now let's look on for some of the effects. There must be the gummy effects, and this is the lobby, the old lobby for some kind of like this, the ThinkPad, and inside of the locker. And there is nothing over here for around here of the fan characters except for mods. And finally, there goes for the background images as well, which features around for some kind of bus and for some kind of the hallway, the number rooms for some sort of math rooms everywhere, and anything it goes, the playground, the library that featured them as well, the campsite, the clinic, including for some sort of like the mini hospital, the fields, and many more for some sort of locations, and even more. There's another campsite, the office, like anything as well, and multiple of those things, more rooms, skies, like anything to do this, daytime, nighttime, morning, sunset. And that must be for some sort of like for the spoiler image, like anything as well. So that must be a whole bunch of images as well, and pretty a lot to say. We have a lot of more for to do this as well. There must be a little bit more for some kind of like this. There is for some kind of a lockers room and some kind of like this, the boards for doing this as well. I cannot believe that I just remember around here for some kind of like this. I didn't save for some drafts. There's a hidden way for around anything as well. It's not going to be a little bit close. And this is absolutely for the ending scene. And the faculty door, and like anything as well. This is where it came back from Baldi's Basics, Education and Learning. And there's a little bit even more stuff. And some kind of stuff. The faculty rooms, the cafeteria, and for some kind of the cornfields, and a little bit more, and more hallways like anything is as well. There's outside of the school, and there must be the detention office, which is not going to be that a little bit. And there must be for a little bit more hallways around between these floors. Corrupted things like anything eventually. That wasn't going to be a little bit of kind of like this. And this is going to be the globe from Baldi's Basics. I really think this isn't going to be for like this anyways. And there is more like the daytime and nighttime as well. So that was everything for around here between like anything itself. And that was the entire comic studio of Baldi's Basics Expanded Comic Studio. So now that was under 15 minutes that we just absolutely find out. Now we shouldn't able to be looking for whatsoever to find itself. So I'll be trying to make this out for some kind of bus. And over here for some kind of classrooms and the hallways and anything like the office itself. And should be absolutely added for some kind of library and for some kind of like this, and for a campfire, for some kind of tractor tipping on the campsite. I wouldn't believe that we wouldn't be able to say distracted by cows. That shouldn't be able to be saying something like this, and should be absolutely going to be using some crossovers instead of the characters like them. So now let's review for the user comics, and we're going to be finding something what is else that we're going to be finding out as well. So this is going to be not the last one as well. They have keeping on posting comics like any time to do so as well, every hour and minute. We always find out that we got absolutely going to be trying to find something as well for something like this. And even that it turns into some kind of like anything about here for it to do. And before I might get to continue this video, we absolutely taking a look for the new changes of Comic Studio. Even for them so is actually pretty one thing as well. So everything is kind of turned into something ridiculously new. And the filters have been removed and moved into something like Scenic as well for some sort of like this. But unfortunately that doesn't able to be shown like any more about for this situation. Which is actually going to be for 3 categories between studios and the users like anything as well. Now we're putting on to something else as we're starting with here as well. I'm going to be saying about the Baldi's voice, but I don't think this isn't actually that I'm not going to be even possible. There's a person of a tax evasion, and even there is a little bit, a lot more. There's even more about here. Except there must be a whole bunch of guys. And a little bit for one thing. He was loaned, and that must be for the end of like those things. The 22nd Comic Studio isn't going to be like anything as well. And because, look at the internet connection, it's getting a little bit worse. But this is about that we're going to be finding out as well. We're absolutely going to be finding out for this later. As we're going to be seeing this is Baldi's lesson detention like anything as well. And probably meanwhile in the classroom, and he says, "Find your dreams come true by doing math." Okay, said the principal of the thing. I'm not very sure that they were in the detention rooms. That Beans and some kind of sidekick as person as well. And that the principal of the thing haven't just tried to did here as anyways. Another one, it's not going to be showing up for just a little bit for a long time as well. Oh my gosh, this is going to be that you kidding me for just going to be crashing here for just to do this as well. I'm going to be taking a little bit long time as well until I might going to be finishing about with this thing later. The first page of this review is going to be for 7 out of 10 as well, that we already seen this for this time as well, but now goes on to the page 3 that we won't able to be checking this out as very possible indeed, and that must be for some sort of a, oh no, this is going to be another 20-second comic, which is not going to be to do. But our 3 answers aren't going. Oh no, we don't do it like anything as well. It was the loud sound that I never going to be coming around here for somewhere. But this person, and probably there's some kind of incorrect answers like anything before. Welcome, guys. Today we are dabbing. Oh my gosh. Dan TDM doesn't like this, like anything as well. And it says, yes, I know Baldi's basics around here for this time. But he sees this. Dan TDM should be mad at this. And that leads into some sort of a 8 out of 10. And the way this is not going to be for around here. It's 9 out of 10. It's not almost perfect for it to do this as well. It's not going to be same here for some sort of like this. But next thing is Beans spitting out for some sort of like this. He accidentally or she accidentally spits on the principle of the thing. Yes, like probably should to do this as well. And he said, feast your eyes, I feast on my gum. And he's just shooting on him for just a little bit for one detention. Oh my gosh. She is now in trouble, or he was. And Beans was never to be seen in the school hours again. Now, unfortunately, he got expelled like here. And it doesn't have any comments whatsoever. Even for sure, this must be gonna be taking too much time. One thing that I just going to be saying around as well. It's gonna be another 20 minutes of this video. That shouldn't be another being easy for round for as well. So this should be for a 8 out of 10 for this. Another thing is the text evasion. And putting on a thumbs up, and the one comment says tax evasion like it's absolutely going to be the same word as into the description. And that must be it as going to be for a 9 out of 10. It's going to be for literally slightly less perfect that I just never seen here before. Like anything around as well that I'm not sure that Mr. Beast is not going to be here anytime soon. This is going to be the ultimate fighting challenge using for some sort of like anything as well. Because it says guess for making out with this. It's not going to be for around here. A combat game mode of Baldi's basics written for cells for 2 Dragon Ball characters. That we probably seen this or not, which is probably going to be for around 9 out of 10 or 8 out of 10, even though that isn't going to be a little bit perfect as well. And it was a little bit even weird as for some kind of in a sign of trouble. Another one is for some kind of like the anything. The new verse could be almost everything about for this situation. And new is gonna be almost everywhere around here. They're not the creators. There is some sort of not the producers. I'm not very sure. There are some guys are gonna be almost everywhere around here. And I suggest it's gotta be for around as for 8 out of 10 or 7 out of 10 for this thing. And the 20-second comic studio like this, it's gonna be for the first 2,000 comics. Could be for like those things. And the 4 is gonna get really mad at this. Said into the description. There's no comments for around for anything around for this one as well. And for saying about for these things, he has been here in the classroom for some sort of like it's saying around here. And I should be calling around here for around 9 out of 10. Including for this thing as well. So, if he's not bald, his hair is unnatural. He's walking down the hallway on his way to the classroom, and which means it's going to be for around 8 out of 10. Which means it's going to be for math problems, as the 3 answers are going to be for around here. And the dumbest thing to learn is going to be 10 plus 10 is 20, and 540 plus 10 is 550 Maranello. And for some kind of an unknown reason, was actually unknown. And that leads that Baldi was even more mad at you as well. And he says, I hear your door open, and he's going to come and get you, by the way. And probably the jump scare could be for some sort of the screech word as well. The Baldi is jump scaring like buzz sound. This is potentially like a little bit weird. And even for it to do this as well, for it to do what I just not gonna be thinking. If you're going to be seeing this comic creator like this, including even for the part 1 over here, for some sort of like sidekick over here, make sure the link is going to be in the description down below. And that wouldn't be necessary as well that I just already checked this out, like even possibly that I just going to be already review for around for those for the Baldi's Basics comic studio, but now goes to the part 3 to check out for the Baldi's Basics expanded comic studio that we're going to be reviewing for some more user comics like anything itself for around thing is going to be to do. And thankfully this is going to be the end of this video, so thanks for watching. And I'll be see you in part 3, and it was owned by Mystery Man 12, like anything it should be, like anything itself. As we're going to be going to user comics, we'll be see you around for the part 3. Thanks for tuning in, and stay tuned for more videos.